Mark Upton. I'm North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service Station Manager for Training Centre, and welcome to our virtual session on the recruitment campaign. What we did have planned was 15 separate sessions around the service at your local fire stations where you could come along at your allotted time, take part in some of the practical element of the tests, and this would give you a heightened awareness of what would be expected of you actually on the day when you came to Training Centre. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, government guidelines, social isolation, social distancing, those have had to be cancelled. So we've taken it back in-house to Training Centre, and with certain members of staff, we're going to look at doing a virtual tour for you. So what I'd like you to do is sit back, relax, enjoy what we've got to tell you and got to show you. It'll be about 15-20 minutes with separate links for you to click on. Exciting times coming with more recruitment for North Yorkshire Fire Service. So just sit back, get ready, enjoy. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name's Emily and I am a crew manager at Training Centre. As Mark's already stated, exciting times, another recruitment campaign coming up. Doing it virtually, we really want to ensure that you get the best possible from this session. So we're going to tell you everything that will be expected of you during the selection test and give you any advice or help that we can assist with while going through the recruitment process. So on the screen behind me, we've got what we're going to cover during this session. We've got the recruitment process, which is going to be discussed with our HR team, and they're going to tell you key dates or any information that needs to be noted down. We're going to have a discussion around the role of a modern day firefighter, which is really important, so then you know what will be expected of you now in the role as opposed to 10 years ago in the role. We're going to have a discussion around stations in North Yorkshire and what different shift patterns we are recruiting for at the moment. And we're also going to discuss the selection test from our exercise physiologist and our occupational health nurse, Amanda. We'll also have some short videos of the selection test so you can really get a good feel of what's going to be expected of you and what standard you need to achieve. At the end of the session, we're going to cover some frequently asked questions. If you are wanting to have more questions answered, we'll also put some contact information up on screen at the end of the slide. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark and I've been employed by North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service for the last 11 years. Within that 11 years I've worked different shift systems within different roles.
Hi Mark, could you tell me more on the role of a modern day firefighter?
Yeah, so the role of a firefighter has changed slightly since when I first joined. The modern day firefighter now, it isn't people's view of what it might actually be. We don't always roll out the doors on flashing blue lights and sirens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We do a lot of work with the community trying to protect and educate the community to keep them as safe as possible. We also do a lot of training to make sure that our competencies are maintained and that we can deliver the most effective and efficient service to our community.
Thank you. My current job role is with children. As a firefighter, do you engage with children at all or do any initiatives with them?
Yeah, so we do a lot of engagement with the public, and part of that is education. So we do go into schools providing children with education on fire safety and how to keep them safe in the home and whilst they're out in the community. We also do a lot of youth engagement with different agencies as well.
Brilliant, thank you. I was debating to join the police. I am swaying more towards the fire service at the moment. Do you work with other agencies such as the police?
Yeah, so again, we do engage with a lot of our agencies now, so we work in partnership with not just the police but the ambulance service, the different district councils around the county, and we work with the social care as well. We do a lot of work with targeted vulnerable groups as well, because we've highlighted that working with them and making them safe within their homes is a high priority for us.
Brilliant, thank you. And what's your favourite part of the role of a firefighter?
My favourite part of the role is going out and engaging with the community, being able to see them and communicate and engage with them, because that's why I joined the fire service, to serve and protect the community.
Brilliant, thank you, Matt. Hi Thomas.
Hi Lily.
Would you be able to tell us about the different duty patterns that North Yorkshire Fire Rescue Service have for a firefighter?
Of course I will. So, hello everybody, my name's Thomas, I'm a watch manager at Training Centre. I work as a training instructor. In North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service, we have firefighters who work whole time, it's their full-time job, and we also have retained and volunteer firefighters. You can find out more about our retained and volunteer firefighters on the internet. We're always looking to recruit people for these roles, but the recruitment process we're talking about today is for whole-time firefighters. We have 12 whole-time fire stations in North Yorkshire. 5 of those fire stations operate the shift duty system. What this means is we have 4 teams of firefighters. We refer to these teams as watches, and they're designated a colour. If you work for a whole-time watch working the shift system, you will work 2 day shifts between 8 o'clock and 6 o'clock at night. You will then come in and do 2 night shifts between 6 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning. You then have 4 days off. People sometimes refer to this as the 2-2-4 system. 7 of our fire stations in North Yorkshire operate the day crew system. These fire stations have 2 watches, the blue watch and the red watch. The way these fire stations operate is the duty crew start their shift at 8 o'clock in the morning, work through till 6 o'clock at night, and then between 6 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning, they respond to any fire call from home. They're issued with a personal alerter, which will alert them to a fire call. They will then turn out from home to the fire station, where they will get on the fire engine and respond to whatever the incident is. Our 5 shift system stations are located at Harrogate, Scarborough, York, Huntington and Acombe. Our 7 day crew fire stations are at Selby, Tadcaster, Ripon, Malton, Whitby, Northallerton and Richmond. Richmond and Northallerton are currently working away from the watch system, doing something called self-rostering. This means that there aren't 2 watches on that fire station. There are a group of firefighters and they average working the equivalent of 4 on and 4 off over an 8-week period. I think that sums up the duty system, Emily. If anybody's got any questions, I'm sure there's plenty more information on the internet.
Could you just give us some insight into the day crew? Is there a distance they have to respond from the station on a night?
Yes, there is. Thank you for the question. If you work the day crew duty system, you will be required to provide your own accommodation, whether that's a home address or living with a relative or renting accommodation within 4 minutes of the fire station to allow you to respond to any fire call within a suitable time frame.
If I was to apply for this recruitment process, would I be able to get posted at a on-call fire station?
Okay, so our on-call fire stations historically were referred to as retained stations, and this recruitment cycle is not for those fire stations. This is exclusively for the 12 whole-time stations I've mentioned. We do, however, continuously recruit for on-call firefighters. On-call firefighters have a full-time job, generally outside the fire and rescue service, and respond to fire calls on an alerter, either from their home or their work address. And you can find out more information online about our ongoing on-call system.
When you are.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm the Occupational Health Nurse for North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service, and this is my colleague Warren Hart. He's the exercise physiologist.
Hi Amanda, hi Warren. Could you tell me more around what selection tests I will need to pass to be a firefighter?
Okay, so we have a national bank of fitness tests that we use here at North Yorkshire. These are aimed at assessing your muscular strength, muscular endurance, anaerobic and aerobic output. So we've got your multi-stage fitness test and your gas analysis, and that's looking at your aerobic capacity. And then we have your other selection tests that are looking at your functional capabilities as a firefighter and incorporating all the different aspects of fitness.
Thank you Warren. Amanda, could you please tell me what medical screening I will have to undergo as a firefighter?
Yes, if you get through the selection process and final stage of interview and you're successful in that, you'll attend the Occupational Health Department for a medical. We do testing for hearing, lung function test, general health questionnaires, blood pressure, drug testing, And we also write out to individuals' GPs to make sure that the information that they've divulged to us actually matches their previous medical history as well.
Brilliant, thank you. Could you tell me, I'm on call at the moment internally for North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service. Will I undergo the selection tests?
Okay, so as an applicant, if you're an internal applicant already a member of North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service, you won't have to undertake any of these fitness tests because one, you'll have taken these tests before you do your on-call role, and two, as long as you have an in-date fitness test that we test annually, you'll be okay. Anybody applying externally, even if retained in another service, will have to take on all of our fitness tests.
So what's it like being a woman in the fire service?
Thanks, Emma. Yes, so being a woman in the fire service can differ for everyone, I think. There is women in the fire service. We are underrepresented, but there is women that I work with daily. For me personally, being a woman in the service, I haven't really faced as many challenges. I get a lot of achievement from my job, but everyone faces the role differently, and the role of a firefighter can be different for all types of people, not just women in the service. I think being a woman in the service will bring a lot of different qualities to the role. Being underrepresented groups, we are able to support our communities and even our colleagues in different ways that the workforce might not be able to. I think it's really important that if you're interested in joining the service, you give it a go, because I've got friends that talk to me and ask me, oh, I don't think I'd be strong enough, or I don't know if I'd be able to kind of deal with doing what you do. And I didn't know when I first joined, if I'm completely honest. So just give it a go. You can do it. You challenge yourself, come outside your comfort zone, and you may just find that you fall in love with it like I did.
So do you attend careers events to encourage women to join the fire service?
Yeah, we do. So we do a lot of community safety work for prevention and protection, regardless of positive action and recruitment. But the main one is getting into schools and trying to kind of redraw that balance of the perception of the job of a firefighter is predominantly male, because it isn't. We really want to kind of set that tone and culture that it's a job for anyone, all shapes and sizes, all different cultures, backgrounds, beliefs. And we really want to show that being an underrepresented group, you do have a successful career in the fire service also. So we are encouraging women and Black, Asian, minority ethnic groups to apply for this recruitment process. You don't get any preferential treatment at all. It's all based on merit. Unfortunately, we've had to cancel the awareness sessions, which would have been a really exciting time to get face-to-face contact with people and actually tell them more about the role. There is a lot of videos through this session, please do tune into them and listen from all aspects of what it's like for everyone that has just gone through the recruitment process or has been in a couple of years, all the way up to 20 years in the service. Do listen, and if you're interested, go for it and apply.
In your 12 years, Anna, where has your career taken you in the fire service?
I first started at a day crew station in Malton, and I was there for about 8 years, and then I came to training centre as a direct trainer, crew manager, and from there I've started a family and stayed here because I like it.
Oh, fabulous. So how do you find being a firefighter and being a mum at home with the family?
It's really good. Like the North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service have been really good, family friendly company to work for. Even going through fertility treatment to get pregnant and things like that, they were really good, and it's been a great experience, to be honest.
So are there any specialist skills that you have as a firefighter?
Yeah, so as a firefighter, we don't just attend fires, we attend lots of incidents. We are a fire and rescue service, okay? So we have lots of specialist skills which are strategically planned around the county at where the greatest risk is. So we have extra skills like animal rescue to attend large animal incidents, not just to rescue cats out of trees, but for incidents where animals like horses and cows may become trapped or need rescuing. We have swift water teams as well, so they're trained up to level 3 swift water rescue, and we also have in line with that mod 4 boat technicians as well, who will go out on the rivers across the county with the rescue boat. We have heavy rescue units as well, which have extra equipment for the skills that we might need. So we have hazardous material equipment to deal with chemical incidents. We also have additional support on there for larger vehicle incidents and for larger protracted fires. Other skills that we have are line rescue skills as well. We have teams across the county that are trained up to deal with line rescue in different locations. We also have aerial ladder platforms, which are the big ladders to reach the buildings what we can't reach with the standard ladder.
So what's it like working on a watch?
Modern day fire service and working together on a watch on station is a little bit like a mini family. Everybody works very closely together, they build relationships and bonds, and it just becomes part of your daily routine. Obviously you've seen on the news that our role as firefighters is expanding. It's not like in the olden days where everybody just squirted water on fire, drank tea and played snooker. Those days have gone. We go to a varied amount of incidents, and we deal with some quite traumatic incidents as well. So what's important with the watch mentality is the fact that because it's like family, it's almost helps you with a coping mechanism. We use it as part of, people see it as black humour in the emergency services, but we use it as part of our own therapy in-house. What we've got in addition to that is external providers that help with counselling, and we've also got a very efficient team in occupational health that deal with the day-to-day, any sort of issues that we've got where we feel we need to speak to somebody or we feel that we need assistance from external bodies, then they will provide that. So working on a watch in the modern day fire service is absolutely fantastic.
Hi Amanda, I'm interested in applying to be a firefighter, but I wear glasses. Is that a problem?
There are certain visual standards that have to be met, national standards for vision, but if you meet those and you wear glasses, then that's not a problem, and we do provide safety spectacles for you to wear on operational duty.
Thank you. Would I have to undergo a hearing test also?
Yes, everybody who is an operational firefighter has to have a hearing test.
Thank you. And lastly, is there any height restrictions at all as a firefighter?
No, there's no height restrictions.
Thank you. Warren, just a question. Is there any advice or guidance you could give me on passing the selection test?
Firstly, the selection tests need to be prepared for. So personally, I'd advise that you keep active 5 times a week, have the proper nutrition and develop yourself in the best possible way you can before coming for these selection tests. We also have information packs that are online and available through our social media, so there's no question that we can't answer.
Thank you. Roughly how easy are they to pass? Being a member of the public, am I looking to come in and pass them straight away, or are they quite hard to pass?
They aren't the easiest of tests to pass, but they're not out of everybody's reach. So as long as you physically prepare and look after yourself and give yourself the time, everybody should be able to pass.
I think the important thing is to make sure that you physically prepare, that you look after yourself, you have a good state of physical health, and that includes nutrition as well.
Brilliant. Lastly, Warren, if I fail a selection test, would I have a chance to retake it?
Unfortunately, everyone will only get one chance at each of the selection tests. This is because of the high volume of people that will be applying. So prepare the best you can and give it your best shot on the day.